Hello everyone, welcome to Geek Tank, where everything is a matter of geek. Today, this is our Sideshow segment, Cinema Sideshow, for lack of a better name. And this is number 2. I'm your host, Zia.
Oh, alright. I'm your host, Kay.
Who didn't join us last time, motherfucker. Kidding.
I'm sorry, I can't watch an Ingmar Bergman film.
Can or won't?
I won't.
I'm gonna have to like strap you down and watch it like a Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, exactly.
Thinking the same thing right there. And I'm your guest, Chris. We got off a little tangent there.
Yeah.
A little bit, but that's the fun of this. So, we mentioned on the last episode that we were going to watch Polar, and now we all have.
Yeah.
So, Mads Mikkelsen, man.
Yeah.
He's a fucking badass.
He's always been. I mean, it was good to see Mads Mikkelsen kind of like have a fun acting role, I guess, because like when you see his repertoire of work, and then you see Polar, it's like, what the fuck? Like it doesn't fit into his usual, acting roles. So it was just good to see him just kind of be like, I just want to do a fun movie. I'm gonna have fun with it.
It's sort of like his role in Casino Royale.
Yeah.
It's like this is just a fun role. I don't have to act too harshly.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Most of his lines in this movie were yes, no, just like shit like that. Don't be scared. Just shit like that.
You make mistakes when you're scared. It's funny. I knew exactly the scene. I'm like, got it.
Right. So this movie was actually based on a graphic novel. I didn't know until watching it.
No, that explains a lot, actually.
Yeah, it was a webcomic series. I think the artist was Victor Santos. I could be wrong.
Who's that?
I don't know. I just know the name. I just found out about it the other night.
This is a horrible. You don't know who made this movie,
But
who
I
wrote
will
it.
get the info. I will find the webcomic series if it's available for free online and post it in the links.
Like the only 3 people that I know that were in this movie was Vanessa Hudgens.
Which one character was?
Oh
Vanessa
yeah. I
Hudgens?
thought that was her. I was like, is this
Yeah, that's
the Disney
Vanessa
Channel
Hudgens.
girl?
Oh, was that the
the
girl
girl
he was taking care of?
Yeah.
She did good. She did a good job.
Johnny Knoxville in the beginning.
Who? Oh yeah, the one who got killed.
Spoiler.
It happens in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
That's not even a spoiler.
It's like the first 5 minutes. You
He
can't.
dies hard, man.
And Mads Mikkelsen. That's it.
Who was the girl that was his main contact? Miss Speak.
She's
Oh.
fucking hot
Familiar.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta agree. She was cute.
MILF for life. I gotta say one more is I'm glad that Julian Richings is getting more roles because I actually enjoyed him in this movie.
Who did he play?
He's the accountant for Mads Mikkelsen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Julian
no.
Richings, he was in The Witch and he was also in I know I'm going to say this and you're going to groan, but he plays the Grim Reaper in Supernatural.
I like Supernatural though.
Most people don't. So when I say that, they're like,
I stopped keeping up with Supernatural because it went too long.
Yeah, they had their 300th episode? Just not so long
Like
ago.
my
season
God, the
14 or something.
Season 14, the 300th episode is it was like heartbreaking.
Yeah, because I know they bring in
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, man.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Dude, I was Supernatural always hit me in a place. It was like, oh, it's 2 brothers going around doing their shit. It's like, oh, it's like me and my brother, and we, they got their problems. It's like me and my brother got my
Feel that way
problems.
too.
Yeah, so it was relatable to an extent.
Okay, we got off topic.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get back to
Anyway,
Polar.
Julian Richings.
Polar.
So, for me, Polar is one of these movies that Netflix has been cranking out lately. That they feel like a throwback to the '80s in regards to music and style, and they're overall just a lot of fun. They're nothing new. They're nothing particularly like deep. It's not. They're like turn off your brain movies, but they're super fucking fun. It reminds me a lot of The Babysitter in regards to that sort of style that they're going for.
I still haven't seen that. I watched the first.
need to watch that.
I watched the first 30 minutes, and I was kind of like tapping out.
No, it ramps up. It ramps up, I promise. But these movies are so much fun. I enjoyed the shit out of Polar.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean-
what was your guys' take on it?
I mean, I enjoyed it. Like I said, there's regardless of whether it has depth or not. I tried not to say any movie is a good or bad movie because it's like regardless, you can always learn something from it.
I think what most people mean when they say good or bad is I liked it or I didn't like it.
Yeah. No, I actually liked it. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Like I said, it was great to see Mads Mikkelsen just kind of like, even though he played like a serious person, but you could tell like inside, like he's just having fun.
Well, the
having
whole
fun
movie
with this
was having fun with itself.
Yeah.
It was very aware of what it is, and it didn't try to be anything more.
Yeah.
It just tried to have fun with itself. And
Yeah.
it did.
I mean, like it's like a combination of I don't know if you've seen Smoking Aces.
No, I haven't yet.
Okay,
Oh,
Smoking
that's
Aces.
the one with Clive Owen, right? Is that his name?
Who's the director?
No, I forgot who the director was. I know it was Ryan Reynolds. It was a whole bunch of assassins trying to go after this one particular magician dude from Entourage. I forgot his name. The actor from Entourage.
Over my head. Haven't seen it.
Damn.
Okay.
But anyways, it's a combination of Smoking Aces where you have all these colorful cast of characters just kind of like
Yeah.
having their own little particular moments, their own little miniature stories, but then it's like also like you have this whole actual main self-contained story.
Yeah, and this did have a very colorful cast.
Yeah,
The whole
so
movie was pretty colorful, I'd say.
yeah, and it's
Artistic
like
force
it was a combination of Smoking Aces and John Wick, right? Where like the action is just kind of like over the top, and it's just like, holy shit,
So-
this guy is this fucking badass dude.
So getting into the spoiler territory, so you guys have your warning now, because we are talking about a movie. It's hard to avoid spoilers when you're discussing it. But did you guys catch that little John Wick nod? Or at least I thought it was a John Wick nod with the dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I thought that, you know, they might actually do something like that. They might actually include like the dog as an integral part. Like, oh, he's gonna be more humanized than this and that. And then he shoots the fucking dog, and I was just like, what the fuck, man?
Okay, so I'll tell you, that's like a nod, whatever. It might be a John Wick nod, but it's also like a nod to
More of a
Boondock Saints.
Boondocks. I need to see that movie.
You haven't seen that movie? Okay.
Okay,
I'm
I'll
gonna
stick to
spoil
my.
a scene.
I'll stick to my artistic movies.
where they're all like, you know, just talking about killing criminals on the table, and there's a cat, and all of a sudden they have their guns and everything, and fucking the guy who's playing Rocco, he smashes the table, and the fucking goes off and kills the cat.
Damn.
It's just like, oh shit! It was just so
I
out of
forgot about
nowhere.
that scene, man.
That shit was fucking. So that's what it reminded
What
me
is
of.
it about pets getting killed that triggers people?
It's called the saving the cat moment. You know.
Yeah.
Save the cat moment, man.
That dog got shot. I was like, damn. That dog was cute. He was just like fucking licking his feet and shit.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this movie wasn't like, oh, it's trying to be like artistic or winning any Oscar or any awards or anything. It was just trying to have fun, and like
Well,
you could see the
would-
twists like from like a mile away. Like
yeah.
it's just like, okay, yeah, we know what's gonna happen, but it's
here's
just
the
entertaining to watch.
If you go in wanting to see Mads Mikkelsen be hardcore as fuck, you're gonna get that in spades. Okay, I enjoyed the fuck out of it for that reason.
Can I go here? I haven't.
Yeah,
Shit,
yeah,
so
yeah.
at least- I agree with you. I mean, I think I went in with higher expectations than what actually was delivered. But what I liked about the movie is it never pretended that it was something that it wasn't.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I can't really hate the movie because it was just trying to be a fun action movie. But I mean, to me, it was sort of like trying to do the John Wick thing. I mean, I'm not even the biggest John Wick fan.
Oh, I liked it better than John Wick.
Really?
personally. Yeah. I don't know
Really?
why. I think it was just because the fact that I don't know, something about Mads Mikkelsen, it reminded me of Metal Gear Solid a lot. I mean,
He's
they have a
also-
torture sequence that is almost exactly like MGS3's torture scene. I'm just like, this man is fucking big ball.
No, it actually, I saw the torture scene, and you know how it's sort of comedic and it's brutal at the same
Yeah.
time? It reminded me of the torture sequence from Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good comparison too.
But
Yeah, that's the thing. It's serious, but it's shot in a way that's almost comedic, and I liked that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it does such an ode to so many movies.
Yeah.
Like it you know, is like it has so many scenes where it's kind of like a tribute to, okay, like to Reservoir Dogs or MGS3. Like you can see these scenes. It's like that's the thing. It's like it's a movie that's been done so many times over and over, but it's still a fun movie to watch.
I was gonna say that. Oh, were you going to talk?
Go
Okay,
ahead.
I was gonna say that. Well, the scene that really I thought to me was really, really well done was the the hallway scene with Mads Mikkelsen just killing him.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's one of those things. It's I don't know if it's an action movie thing, but like when you're trying to develop an action star, it seems like everybody has a hallway scene.
Yeah.
Like Bruce Lee has the scene from Enter the Dragon where he's just beating up massive amounts of people. John Wick has the when he
scene.
I was gonna say actually I preferred the scene in the second John Wick where he's actually going through all the taverns.
Okay.
And Tony Jaa has the scene from The Protector.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
Where he's going up the thing. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that scene, but I haven't seen the full movie.
I was actually thinking about the other scene, but we won't spoil it for you.
Okay.
So, but in this movie, the hallway scene, and it really reminded me a lot because of the way it was shot. Have you guys seen Old Boy?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I know of Old Boy, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, the hallway scene.
Yeah, remind me of the hallway scene
The
from
Korean or the American?
Korean. Don't watch the American.
All right.
Yeah, Josh Brolin. I don't know.
I'm
Cole
actually.
is a good actor.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think Spike Lee is actually a decent director for sometimes, but I just saw Black Klansman. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I need to watch that actually.
Well, Oscars, man. Oscars are tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, I don't give a shit about the Oscars.
Not this year's.
Yeah, well, I do. Yorgos Lanthimos, man. The favorite. Come on, man. Jump on the hype train.
I can't even say that name, so.
Greatest director today.
Opinion.
So
Greatest director
Opinion.
Okay, yeah, it's probably opinionated. But but I can't hate the movie because it knew what it was. But I just feel like there was too much. I didn't really like the whole thing with the hitman that like halfway through the movie they're just like gone all at once.
Well, that's kind of how it was like in Smoking Aces stuff, right? Like, so now we'll go into like movies about hitman, right?
Okay.
You guys
Like comparisons. Like, I don't know if you guys ever seen John Woo's with Chow Yun Fat Hitman. No. I mean, because like obviously John Woo kind of like changed the way action was done with guns and stuff. You know,
what year did this come out?
John Woo's like he's been doing movies for years. I mean,
I know
like
he's been around for
the
a
director,
long time.
yeah,
probably,
director.
Probably
Like
since
in
the
the
90s
80s.
at least. Oh, so
Yeah.
you're back as far as the 80s.
John Woo.
Because I remember he had a
Didn't he do
PS3 game
Face Off,
based
or
on
am I
those
crazy?
movies.
He might have done Face Off, yeah.
The
I
Nicolas
actually,
Cage
that one's a
John
crazy
Travolta movie?
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay, yeah. So you said
I think so. I believe so. I mean, you could tell. Yeah. He did do Face Off because the pigeons is like one of his things that he does all the time. Where there's like a gun scene, there's fucking pigeons flying and stuff.
Yeah.
So he brought that style.
Okay.
So he brought that stylized gun action and whatnot, you know. So that, and you see all that stuff now, and then like John Wick kind of changed that up, and now you see that John Wick gun action style.
Yeah.
In a bunch of movies now.
Precision with
Yeah.
they do. It's almost like they've turned gunfighting into a martial art in and of itself.
No, yeah. I mean, you couldn't even see, in the first one, John Wick is doing a lot of Brazilian jiu-jitsu moves while he's shooting people.
Yeah.
See, Kay knows about that. Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen like the behind the scenes and all that stuff too, and they show him training for all that. Dude, I mean, Keanu Reeves
trains hardcore.
Yeah.
Man. I've seen the fucking drills he was running through for John.
But I agree with what you said. I mean, I don't mind Keanu Reeves as John Wick, but I think Mads Mikkelsen has a lot better emotional range. So I much prefer him.
No, I don't think it was their acting that made the difference for me. I think it was just this movie was like it was a lot more fun, and I think I like that sort of 80s kind of vibe it was giving off.
I guess because it was like more like comedic that instead of like John Wick, where it's like okay, it's an action movie, but it's still like it has a serious tone to it.
I think it's also the expectation I went in because with John Wick, before I saw it, everyone was like, "Oh God, this was like the greatest action movie ever," and I was like,
too much
going
expectation.
in, I think I had my bar raised too high because people built it up to something it wasn't. That's always a problem. And then with Polar, I pretty much saw nothing on it except the trailer beforehand, and it also hit those Metal Gear Solid vibes too. So I'm just like, I really like this.
Oh, you mean to have me sold one is like Mads Mikkelsen? Okay, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
I'm watching it.
Dude, like we saw at the Massimo Gallery, we saw Eternity at the Gates with Willem Dafoe.
I saw about half
How
of it.
was it?
It was. But then
Dafoe can act.
the
I was
reason,
pretty interested before
Dafoe
I
was
left.
good.
Yeah.
Dafoe was good. It's just the way it's shot. It's just like it's
Too many cuts.
not. not only
No, they
too
keep
many
trying
cuts,
to achieve a certain feel with
the pacing is very slow.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, no,
but there's like a lot of like, I don't mind pacing being slow as long as you're showing me something like worth showing. But then it's like, there's a lot of time wasted in that movie, like with what it's trying to emphasize on.
So you know how a lot of artistic movies like to draw out those shots?
Okay.
They take it a little bit too far. Farther than they should.
So compare it. Is it like Blade Runner 2049 bad? Because that's, I think, the most egregious example I would ever say.
Well, you see, I don't think it was bad with Blade Runner because you're showing off a very different world that we need to see to kind of understand. That's one of Blade Runner's draws is the world. So it makes sense.
Turning at
to
the
show
gates,
that
it also
world.
has like the problem with like the shaky cam footage where they're trying to do
Yeah.
that. That's the thing too. It's like, okay, you're trying to show like
They're
a first person view and whatnot. It's just like you're putting too
Like
much
hardcore
emphasis. A little bit, but not. It's just that like, okay.
There was also that thing like where they put the bar like trying to represent it as his point of view.
Yeah,
and
so
it was
there's
just like it's kind of treating your audience like they're stupid, almost like they can't figure out that this.
But
is his
anyways,
point of view.
Mads Mikkelsen is in that movie, so I was like, okay, I gotta watch it.
Oh, yeah.
And his scene is fucking great.
But he had a very small part.
Yeah, he had a small part, and I just mainly watched it for Willem Dafoe as well, and I think Oscar Isaac was in that.
I was gonna say though that's the movie on what's his name, the artist.
Vincent
Vincent
Yeah,
Van
Vincent
Gogh.
Van Gogh.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Loving Vincent?
Not yet.
Not
That's
yet.
the one where it's his paintings.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
Yeah. I was
Like,
very
oh,
interested
yeah.
because of how it was.
Like I said, the painting is great. But I mean, overall, I don't think the movie was that good. But the guy from who plays Bronn in Game of Thrones is in it.
Really?
Yes.
Creepy Braun, man.
Creepy.
Creepy.
Wait,
You
what
know
do
the
you
creepy
call this?
Braun meme?
Yeah, you know where he's like,
It's like, oh, I saw you get raped, Sansa. Something basically to that effect. Not literally those words, but like basically like, he was saying he was there watching because he's got the watcher thing going on now.
yeah, now like you can see like everything.
Yeah.
No, Bronn.
Oh, Braun. B-R-O-N.
Oh
not
yeah.
Bran.
No, Bronn. Yeah, Bronn.
Braun. Okay.
The
yeah, now I know who you're talking
suave assassin.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's actually in Loving Vincent, and I'm like,
nice.
oh boy,
yeah,
this is
yeah,
gonna
I
be
love
good.
that dude. I loved him in Black Mirror as well.
Oh, he's in Black Mirror.
Yeah, he's in one of the episodes.
Okay.
I actually should like sit down and like watch that, but I mean, I watched Bandersnatch.
Yeah, Bandersnatch
I
is pretty
need to
fun.
watch
It's okay.
Bandersnatch still.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
Going back to the topic,
Polar.
a fun time. Just don't expect anything like deep or meaningful. But actually, we're talking about parts I really liked about that. I actually like Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah.
I mean, no spoilers, but I mean, even towards the end,
I mean, we
that scene
already
she
made the
has.
spoiler announcement.
Oh yeah, towards the end, the part where you find out that Mads Mikkelsen's character actually killed her family. Thought that was one of the best moments in the movie, personally, for me.
I mean, like you see
I
that.
saw it coming. I was kind of like, eh.
Yeah, I was just
I
like,
was
you
eh
see
for that
that. I like.
For me, the best parts were it was just all the action in the middle. So basically, from the point of the assassins coming to his cabin to the hallway scene was the highlight of the movie for me.
Really?
The thing
Yeah.
that I liked about where you're coming from, like the way Vanessa Hudgens acts in that movie, where she's still kind of like freaked out. The fact that like she
But
wants to
PTSD,
kill, like,
sort of like it.
yeah, like a PTSD. But then like you also kind of like figure out like, okay, yeah. But then like you kind of understand like, oh shit, you know, she is here to kill so and so's character. So obviously she is kind of freaked out, you know, and like scared throughout that town, like whenever she sees him and shit like that.
Yeah, and especially she's nervous around him.
Yeah.
It was good little nods. Like it foreshadowed it. Like if you look for those things, you would have picked up on it. But for me, like dude, that once it gets to that point with that cabin scene, you get to see why he's so feared. Like you know,
Black
like,
Kaiser.
This is the Black Kaiser. This is why he's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
The badass
fucking
nickname.
assassin chick comes in.
The
just
moment-
like, oh, let's
yeah.
fuck. They start fucking. He's just like fucking going to town, and then all of a sudden he knows the whole time he's known they're coming for him. He knows exactly when they're gonna strike, and then he fucking turns it around on them, goes out in the snow, butt ass naked, takes out the sniper.
Which I'm gonna
And
call
then
bullshit
fucking-
on that.
He's fucking. I don't care. This was the coolest shit. He fucking coaches them through fighting him. He's like, don't be scared. Don't be scared. You're gonna fuck up if you're scared. He's literally giving them advice, and they're like, no, I'm not scared. And they're totally fucking scared.
Yeah,
And
but
he just fucking takes them out. Like, it's the biggest joke.
No comment.
No, I have to say that was probably one of my favorite scenes too. Is as soon as he gets his hands on the fucking sniper rifle, and he's like just seeing, and he's like telling them everything.
Yeah, like I said, I was gonna call bullshit on that whole thing where he magically got out of the way of the sniper rifle just in time, and he magically managed to like teleport behind the sniper.
Well, this is the thing: the man is as much myth as he is man. He's feared for a reason.
Yeah.
But going back to the part though, I thought that was a really good scene though. I mean, I didn't like the whole sex scene before. That was overly done. But that whole scene where he just and the thing is, it's actually more intimidating because he's giving them advice. He's like, "Don't be scared. You make mistakes when you're scared."
and it's just, delivered in that Mads Mikkelsen voice, and it's just like, oh fuck.
What was one of my favorite parts of that whole thing where he's just like destroying all of them was the scene, you remember, where the guy thinks he has him from behind because he thinks he took up the sniper rifle, and he comes out of the trees and shoots him from behind. I'm like, yeah.
That was fucking cool. But I actually thought the sex scene in there wasn't out of taste because it added to the ridiculousness of it all.
Yeah, I didn't like where the ridiculous is.
It was pointless. He didn't need to do that. He could have
exactly.
just killed her at any point.
Yeah.
But instead, he waits for that moment so he can go out in the snow butt ass naked and fucking kill a dude and jack his clothes when he's got his own clothes in the cabin. It's just, it made it funnier for me because I'm just laughing throughout this whole thing. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
You're gonna see it today. I am absolutely humorless when it comes to like movies. I'm just like, got a critic mode.
No, you're missing out, man. Because it's just, sometimes you gotta just go with the flow and experience it. And this was those kind of movies where it's just like, I'm gonna turn my fucking brain off and laugh at this shit.
Yeah, but I mean, I've seen so many of these movies. But like I said, though, I would recommend it with somebody, especially with people that want a good, fun action time. And believe me, I love those movies. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll recommend it to somebody. Like I said, a lot of stuff I thought it could have been cutted or didn't need to be there. But I mean, overall, the action is particularly good. One thing I say I didn't like is I didn't really like the villain. He was like trying to be sort of like, have you seen Goldfinger?
Yeah.
007 Gold. He reminded me of that type of character, but with none of like the elegance.
Well, I think that was
that's the
intentional.
thing. Yeah, I think it was like you're supposed to. The way they did it is like he is this like creepy, just nasty person that you're not supposed to like.
Yeah, I mean, like from the beginning when they show him with
Yeah.
the lotion in his hands, it was like,
Oh, it's disgusting.
yeah,
So that's the thing. So I mean, I think they hit the nail on that one. Like where it's just kind of like you're just so off put by this fucking dude. You're just like, this guy is just disgusting, and that guy hit the nail on acting that part in that role.
Yeah.
Whereas like he knew how to channel that and just be this disgusting fucking dude.
Yeah, but I mean that was what I didn't like. But
Yeah.
the fact that you got to do so much with the guns and everything else, even the badass scene he had with the laser turrets as targets, I thought that was a really clever idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, I thought the acting was pretty fine for the most part. I mean, usually you look at action movies and you're like, I don't expect the acting to be good. But I mean, Mads Mikkelsen, Vanessa Hudgens kill it. I mean, everybody else was pretty serviceable. I mean, and I expected Mads Mikkelsen to kill it because he kills pretty much every role I've ever seen him in, particularly Hannibal.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite parts about this movie though was the ending. When the henchmen are just like, "Oh shit, he's coming," because like,
and they're like, "Yeah, I'm out. I'm dipping. I'm out."
Because every movie with that, you have a character like this. No matter what, the henchmen just keep throwing themselves at him. You would think that they'd be smart enough to be like,
good.
No, it's not worth it."
I mean, there've been movies where they're just kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm not doing this.
Well, I think it's in the minority.
Yeah.
So it's like finally, it's just like, yeah, I can see that happening. Because if I was one of those guys, I'd just be like, no, fuck you, man. You're right.
No, I would agree with you. Yeah. I mean, why are you going to risk your life?
Yeah, dude. Especially him coming in with that eye patch. It's just like,
because I know they did that in Road to Perdition as well and stuff like that.
Yeah, I thought I knew action movies. Man, you throwing out stuff and I don't even know half of these stuff.
Road to Perdition is just like great, dude. That's Tom Hanks.
I'm not a Tom Hanks fan.
Oh well, it's got Daniel Craig. It's got Jude Law. It's got
Jude Law. Okay.
Paul Newman.
Paul Newman is the god.
Is one of Paul Newman's final movies besides Cars. I know Cars was his final one. I think it's right before Cars.
Yeah, I'm a big Paul Newman fan.
It's a great movie. Watch that.
Trying to remember-
It used to be a graphic novel as well.
I'm trying to remember Paul
You could put it
Newman's
on your
movie
list
that I
of
saw.
movies.
It was an older one where he's like on a chain gang.
Chain Game. Confused.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Cool Hand Luke.
Yeah, Cool Hand Luke. That movie was good. I like that one.
The
a
Egg
lot.
Challenge. Fucking Marlon Brando. Like, you used to hate Paul Newman, I think.
I love that movie, Cool and Luke. And
Yeah.
it's still on Netflix, if I remember correctly. So I can always watch it whenever I get a chance.
So I think that's about covers it for this episode of Cinema Sideshow, because we just went on tangents on tangents
Yeah.
on tangents.
I mean, I guess it's fine if we're talking about the actors, but I mean,
Yeah.
like, we did go, like, in a couple movies. Like, what did we need to go for
That's the
Vincent Van
nature of
Gogh
a
for?
podcast.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. But I'm just saying, like, in regards to Polar, go watch it. It's a fun time. It's a fun movie.
And
It's
it's
on
Don't
Netflix.
expect
Netflix.
anything
Also
more.
nice
Yeah,
Netflix.
just don't expect more. It's a fun time. Watch
Yeah,
it. It's
yeah.
good. It's Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, support that, man.
Should we watch this movie? Yes.
I give it a mild, but if you're looking for a fun time, a thumbs up.
I give it a Mads Mikkelsen yes out of yes and no.
All right, and next time, okay, what movie you gonna make us watch, my brother?
I'll think about it. I'm still thinking.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind if you guys want to watch Road to Perdition again. If
I
you
said
wanna
it,
do
man.
that,
I'll watch it. You
That's-
just give me that recommendation,
I'd watch it.
and then we're
It's
back
an
to me.
emotional movie. Yeah.
So is this what we're doing next
Road,
time?
I guess Road to Perdition.
Road to Perdition it is.
And then it's back to me, and I get to torture you guys again.
Get ready. It's going to be Persona, Seventh Seal, some Ingmar Bergman film.
No, I'm actually thinking you guys need to watch Witness for the prosecution.
Okay. Is that the one where
Billy Wilder.
Okay. Oh yeah, Billy Wilder. I've been wanting to watch some of his films. Heard he's a really good screenwriter.
Oh yeah, best. The
But
best.
anyway, I think that about wraps it up. Unless either of you guys have something to add about Polar,
No, go
Watch it.
All
It's
right.
fun.
go watch it. If you've already seen it, let us know what you think in the comments, or go watch it and then let us know what you think in the comments. This has been Geek Tank's Cinema Sideshow, for lack of a better name. I'm Zia,
I'm Kay.
And I am reoccurring guest Chris.
and we will see you next time.